You wake up in the middle of the night. Your cat is cozily nosed behind your knees, and the weight of your blanket warms your tired body nicely. You sigh happily. When you are about to drift again into a sweet slumber, your cat hisses, runs frantically off your bed, and hides behind the curtains. She has never acted so oddly before, and that upsets you. You look around in your room for anything that could have startled her, but nothing is out of the ordinary. You stay still and listen for anything unusual. You can hear your cat drinking water from her bowl in the hall, making that disgusting slurping sound that always disturbs you. Relieved that nothing is wrong, you lie back down and pull your blanket up to your chin. But before you close your eyes, you see the shadowy shill-out of your feline friend ducking under the desk, her hair standing up. You gasp. It isn't your cat drinking water. Then what is making the sound? Slowly and as silently as possible, you get off your bed, but despite your best efforts, the old wooden framework groans loudly. You freeze. The slurping sound stops for a second before it resumes. Any doubts that this was your imagination's doing or a castaway? Heart pounding on your chest. You tiptoe your way, look across the way towards your cat's bowl, and there you see her, your mother, crouching on hands and knees. Her limbs as long and skinny, and her fingers are gaunt and bony. Her messy hair covers her pale, distorted face. Her skin stretched against her cheek tones. She is greedily licking the water in your cat's bowl with a tongue black as coal and twice the normal size. Suddenly she stops. She slowly turns her head towards you. She stares deep into your eyes, her pupil two unmoving dots of malice. You jump in panic and run back to your room, while your mother gallops on all fours towards you. You close the door behind you, moments before it starts shaking vigorously. Loud bangs echoing across the house. You quickly throw your body against the door, blocking it. The whole door frame quakes fiercely, but you hold firm. Then the banging stops. An otherworldly sense of stillness bangs in the air. After a few seconds of excruciating silence, the knob starts turning.
Honey, is something wrong?
You hear your mother's soothing voice from the other side.
Why did you close the door? I'm worried. Please let me in.
For as long as I remember, I wanted to be a parent. It didn't take long to find out that I was born a barren woman. I couldn't bear children no matter how much I wished, but I wanted a child so badly. I would see mothers and fathers playing with their children in the park, and sometimes it got to be too much for me. I had to leave. I'd make my way home and sob into my pillow. My current fiancé didn't care for children much. He was actually rather happy that I couldn't have one. It was less work for him to worry about. It was one less mouth to feed. It was more time with the love of his life since he didn't have some bawling brat to get in the way. I kept quiet about this and would just find comfort in his warmth and attempts to soothe me. Oh, but I watched this woman. This woman's belly was swollen with the promise of a child. This woman was so proud. She was all smiles. I found myself seething with envy. She had exactly what I wanted, and I hated her for it. For months on end, I would watch her walk by, grinning like a jackass. I wanted that baby. She looked like a whore who couldn't possibly take care of it. I hated her so much, but as I often did, I held my tongue, I held my words. I knew what I had to do. I began to stalk her. I would conveniently bump into her in stores. We began to talk to her. I put on my best smile and did my best to befriend her quickly. It was just as I expected. She was certainly dumb and too readily trusting. "Oh, Carolyn, who is this new friend of yours?" my fiancé asked me when I first got home after knowing Danielle for a while. "Oh, this is Danielle. Danielle, meet Matthew. We're going to get married in March." He reached out to shake her hand in greeting. I did my best to be kind, but sometimes it was very hard to keep my silence and divert my attention from how much I hated her. She loved all those things I couldn't stand. She loved those damn Twilight books, live-action Disney musicals, and worst of all, the current pop. Garbage, all of it. I forced smiles at all she said and gave my best laughs whenever she said anything that was a pitiful attempt at a joke. I held on as long as I could, and oh, it was hard for me. After weeks upon weeks of this, I couldn't take it anymore. Matt was at work, and Danielle came over for a visit. Oh, I am so tired. She was pretty late into her pregnancy by now. "Then please sit down. By all means, rest. It'll be good for the baby." I went to the kitchen to make her some tea. It was something like a daily ritual at this point. I'd make her tea and just let her relax on the couch, only to catch myself eyeing her bulging belly. I heard that annoying laugh. Oh God, that laugh. I had to end it there. I was so tired of that laugh, and I wanted that baby so badly. I thought it was ready. I hoped it was ready. Danielle fell asleep. I had waited for so long for this. I didn't want to wake her, but as I came close enough to draw the blade across her stomach, she woke. "Carrie?" Her wide blue eyes stared to me in horror as she saw the glint of a blade in my hand. She must have seen the look in my eyes. "Carrie, no!" I threw my hand over her mouth and sliced her stomach open without any second thoughts. Blood poured out and cascaded across her yellow blouse and down onto her jeans. She bled out onto the couch. Does black leather stain? I heard her labored breathing, only listening to her last futile attempts to breathe as they slowly dwindled down to a death rattle. I dug around until I found the little bundle of joy that awaited my open arms. I slung Danielle's body to the side of the room. It was a little boy, a precious little boy. I took him into my arms and rocked him back and forth. He didn't move, but soon my heartbeat would awaken him. I laughed. Oh, I laughed and laughed. Why wouldn't he wake up? Surely he knew how happy his new mommy was. I stared to his tiny little face. He was covered in Danielle's blood. That stupid bitch got what she deserved. Just then, I heard the doorknob turn. "Oh my God!" Matthew spat as soon as he opened the door, turning his head to catch sight of Danielle's lifeless corpse. I turned to him, smiling widely. A rusty fluid was splattered all over my white sundress. "I'm so glad to see you, honey. Do you want to hold the baby?"